It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Stadin Panimo and it's the Savuruis Portteri. So it's a porter from Finland. It's coming in at 6.5% ABV. The label's a little bit battered, a little bit bruised, but I can explain that. It's come all the way from Finland by Orkel, who was kind enough to send to me, so thank you Orkel. It came over the Christmas period, so it was sat in the post office in the UK for a little while. But yeah, you can see what it says on the label. It doesn't have to be all square and true, does it? Gold bottle cap on this one. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice smoke on the opening. I am a fan of beer from Finland, craft beer from Finland. Reviewed some great stuff last year, and of course 2015 has kicked off with quite a few beers from Finland. Look at this, a lovely looking porter, 2 fingers of tan coloured head, nice levels of carbonation, a jet black beer. Then there's a little bit of light bleeding through at the bottom. Let's get the aroma. Wow. Okay, so big berry fruity aroma on this beer. Nice bit of kind of little plum notes coming through. A little bit vinous. Smells smoked, to be honest. It's like a smoked porter, maybe. Yes, most definitely a smoked porter. Hoppy as well. That smells good. Let's dive into the taste. Cheers everybody. Oh wow. Woo! Blimey, that is a smoked porter and a half. It's like I've just leapt into a barbecue and I've gone rah, 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 and I'm rolling around in a barbecue. I got hot coals in my mouth and it's all kind of smoky and not quite red hot, but you know, you get the drift what I'm trying to say here, or what I'm trying to say. Really smoky beer. Definitely porter on the back end though. It's very smoked up front. It's big, it's ashy, it's almost tobacco like. It's definitely barbecue. Bacon, like really burnt bacon. There's a little bit of vanilla lurking round though, underneath all of that big bold smokiness. I'm trying to take that smokiness and I'm moving it out of my mind for a minute, because it's a very dominant flavour and I want to try and pick out the flavours that are lurking underneath. So there's some vanilla, there's some plum, there's some fig. There's your coffee, your chocolate, your caramel, like your bitter dark chocolate. It's quite a carbonated beer. The beer hits your tongue and it's one of them beers, you know, they explode on your tongue. It's that kind of, you can almost hear it in your ears, that psh, as soon as it hits the tongue. It's that big carbonated bomb. But it's very good. It's very good. If you like to smoke beers, you smoke porters, this is really worth trying. Because I understand that Finland is, they're kind of booming in craft beer. There's a lot of things going on now in Finland regarding craft beer. as it is all over the world. So, as with anything new, pardon me, it's really carbonated. As with anything new, you need time to adjust. I've been doing this for 5 years, over 5 years, so my palate's adjusted to this type of beer. Don't discard this. If you're new to beer, if you're dropping the mass-produced Finnish lager or the imported export lager, if you're dropping that for craft beer and this is your first beer, don't despair. Don't let go. Don't stop trying. It's very full on. It's, even for my palate, it's a big, bold, smoky beer. So if you, as I said, if you're new to craft beer, maybe try a pale ale, maybe try an IPA. Kind of edge yourself, ease yourself into this style of beer, or this beer. Remember, it's really smoked. It's like rolling round in a barbecue. But give it a go. There's a nice level of hop in the background, just lurking around. It's very good. Very good beer. I want to talk to you about the mouthfeel. Normally with a porter, they're a little bit more kind of, it's got a little bit more of a kind of a creamier, rich mouthfeel. It's a little bit, got a little bit more body to it. This smoked porter is drinking more like a very refreshing stout, like a dry stout. It's very thin. I don't mind that. I am all for the flavours. But for my own personal preference, if I was to buy a porter or a stout, I like that big, bold, creamy, juicy, gripping mouthfeel, that medium-bodied mouthfeel for a porter or a stout. For my own personal palate, it's drinking a little bit thin. But other than that, it's a great beer. It's a great smoked porter. So, rating then for Stadin Panimo Savuruis Portteri. Now, somewhere along the lines here, if you're watching in Finland, I hope you are, then you'll understand this language. I'm hoping that it says smoked there somewhere on the front. By all means, if you've had a few craft beers, if you're living in Finland and you think that you'd like this, by all means give it a go. But don't despair. If you buy this, or if you bought a bottle of this, you found the review on YouTube, and you're watching it, don't despair. Drink through it. Try to find other flavours out of the beer. Sip it gently and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the complexity of the beer. Savuruis rating by Stadin Panimo. 6.5% ABV. How do I rate this beer? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. For my own personal preference, as I mentioned, I would like it to be a little bit more bold, a little bit more mouthfeel, a little creamier. Maybe get some oats in there, kind of add a nice kind of oaty, creamy mouthfeel. If you're the brewer watching and this is how you intended to brew it, absolutely fine. It's my own personal palate. 8 out of 10 then. Thank you to all Cal for sending. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews and cheers.